It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Chargers and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action. Cousins. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And there's a pretty play for Madison. It seems like a perfect fit for the Vikings. Obviously, Minnesota loves receivers who produce, and Addison, one of college's best and most productive receivers the last couple of seasons.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, it's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. First carry now for Alexander Madison. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. The ball comes out, and it looks like one of the DBs has it. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's 2nd leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
2nd down and 6 now. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Chargers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. He's got it to Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now it's Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. This will probably be the last play in the quarter. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Returnable here for Davis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down and just a couple. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Herbert now. And this is going to be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And his kick is good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Cousins on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing, Cousins. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. Down to the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A little short pass. This is Everett. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Justin Herbert looking to pass. A little short pass. This is Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Herbert throwing again. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as...
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. They'll go Madison up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball. They have not gotten him going at all. Trying to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So they'll get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
The Chargers getting set to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down, and that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for L.A. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Now Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 28. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. This offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Back to throw here, Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Is give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 15. Just under 2 minutes to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. A big play looming on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So with that need 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2 and more.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment man here and said, make sure you watch that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Los Angeles, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.